Okay, so week 8 journal. Um, so I'm done with clinicals, but I work the floor. So I wanted to report on a patient that I'm taking care of now. She's actually an adolescent, so hopefully it counts. But she is an immigrant from South America and reported that she was sent to the U.S. by her mother to seek a better life. So she was caught in one of the border towns and was, she says, was sex trafficked for 3 months. And then somehow she escaped and she ended up at the consulate. And then something like they sent her to the border. Anyway, long story short, Border Patrol is a fugitive child of accused sex trafficking and is making SI statements. She was in a group home, at the group home, and she's a transvestite. So she's a trans. So from male to female, 14 years old, and then was sent to a group home. So I'm trying to give a little bit of the background. Then at the group home, continue with SI statements, and then try to choke one of the staff members, and had tried to be sexually inappropriate with other children. So she ended up here at a level 1 psych unit. So she's Spanish speaking only. I speak Spanish. But there's not a lot of people that speak Spanish here. So she, I don't think she's 14. She definitely does not look 14. Her verbal content doesn't seem 14. And I've worked for Border Patrol, so I know how it works. It's pretty much, you don't have documentation, you go off of what they're telling you. Anyhow, since she's been here, she preys on children, boys, little boys. And there's 2 that speak Spanish, and she's been very inappropriate in the way she speaks with them. This is what the little boys have reported. And she does it because they're Spanish speaking. And so the staff here are like, what is she saying, right? So I've questioned her, and she's I think now I know that as a provider, I'm going to need to really dig into what triggers me, I think. You know, sexual acts on kids are a huge trigger for me. I've learned that this week. She has voiced to me that she can't wait to get an American boy. She wants to get all the little American boys she can get. She likes them young. She wants to do all these like graphic sexual comments that come out of her mouth are just like disturbing. And so she's making these comments to the other patients we have here that are 10, 9, and they're like, Miss, I don't know what she means by this statement. And their statements like, I'm going to get you in the room and spread you open. And these kids are like, what does that mean? What is she talking about? It's so inappropriate. And so I've made progress notes. It's progress notes. They blocked the room. They want to unblock the room because it's a financial thing. You know, every night they have that blocked room, they're not making money. And so what they do here is if they keep the blocked room and I have 20 beds, then I should have 20 kids. And even if they don't have a room or a bed, I need to sleep them out in the common area. I brought that to their attention, and I get from administration that they have a license for 140 patients, and doesn't matter where they're put. They have a license for 140. So even if we have 3 blocked beds for sexually acting out because these children are, need help, then I'm to sleep them out in the middle of the milieu where there's lights and there's movement and they can't sleep and they feel afraid when they hear footsteps. And anyhow, sorry, I'm ranting. So this patient today voiced to me the trans that she is going to teach the 3 littles that we have here what it is to be in a sexual relationship. And one of them voiced that during the day he touched them inappropriately. So I reported it to admin. I called the state, I made a report, and then I was, like, well, we need to let, risk management know first. No, that's mandated for me to report it. I have voiced that this patient needs to be in another unit. These kids are uncomfortable, and she just keeps remaining here. So this evening, not only did that happen on my shift, but on my shift she postured at another patient, and that patient pretty much went in a physical altercation with her. And I was left with 1 tech and 20 patients and myself. It's just so unsafe sometimes. But this has been voiced over and over again, and it's frustrating when you don't get listened to, because all I get told is 140 is the magic number, and it doesn't matter the safety, doesn't matter our opinion. We're with them every day, every night. Anyway, I just kind of took this journal event, but what I learned is I have a high trigger for sexual abuse. I really need to sit down and think how to leave it at the door, because man, this week I've taken that stuff home. I have kids, and I'm just like, how could anybody just say those things or even try those things? Like, where, why, how? But I need to I learned that about myself. It's borderline and sexual behaviors that are triggered in me. Sexual behaviors towards others forcefully is just horrible. But yeah, that's my journal for the week.